Toshiba copiers, how to install a print driver. So, got a new PC, got a new user, or possibly your server went down or your PC went down. Now you need to reinstall that print driver on your copier on your PC. Now, the first thing in this step, you need to find out what is the model of the copier that you have. You have a Toshiba copier. You can go to our IoTech Digital website. So, open up a browser, go to iotechdigital.com. That's IOTEC digital.com. So once you get there, pretty much go to the customer support option, click on the print drivers drop down menu. Once you're in there, you need to find that particular driver. So it's going to give you the next window. Go ahead and scroll down. So again, you do need to know what's the model that you have. The model you will find it on the copier yourself. There will be a number right in front of the copier. So pretty much, say I have a 4540. Just type in 4540 and you can actually do a search for that model right here. Or if you know you have either a black and white copier or a color copier, click on either or, look for the model eStudio. This one is a particular, again, 4540. Go down to find 45, almost there. 4540, click on the model, and it will take you to the next window. Now, the drivers that we recommend using, you want to use your eBridge driver. This is it right here, eBridge driver. You're looking for that option right here. Right below this option, you're going to see your drivers. You're going to have your eBridge Universal 2. You're going to have your PCL PostScript. This is a combination. It will have in this link, it will have your 32 or 64-bit driver. Yep, this is the particular driver that you need. Or if you are using a color machine, we do recommend using the PostScript driver, the 32 or the 64-bit driver. This is the newest driver. Now, if you are using a Mac, you do have options down here. You have your Mac drivers, 10.2, 10.3. You also have your 10.4 to 10.7. Now, Windows drivers, again, you're going to go to eBridge, click on the zip file. I'm going to go ahead and utilize the PostScript driver. Just click on the zip link, click on zip. I'm going to go ahead and save that file. Keep in mind the file is zipped, so I'm going to go ahead and save it. I'm going to put it in one of my folders. You know what? Let's go ahead and put it in backup. Leave it in here for now. It is a zip file. Do not rename the file. Just click on save. Let it go ahead and download. Okay. Once the file downloads, it's pretty much done. This is going to take a couple minutes, so I know what the file is. I'm going to go ahead and cancel. Now I'm going to go into my folder where I have a particular file. So pretty much what I'm going to do is basically go to a folder. Since the file does come zip, remember, just right click on it, extract the file, left click extract, go next, and next again. Let it extract to the same folder. Once you have the file extract, you know it's open, which is like this one is. The next step is basically would suggest installing the print driver via TCP/IP. Now the way that's done, basically you add a Windows XP machine. You're gonna click on Start, click on Printers and Faxes. Now for Windows 7, it's gonna look a little different. It's gonna have a Windows logo here. Click on that logo and look for the option that says drivers and printers, and click on that, and it's going to give you a window similar to this. Now I want to go ahead and install the print driver. I'm going to click on add a printer, click on next. Go ahead and make this. Okay, click on next. Okay, here we go. You're going to click on next. It's going to be a local printer, so it will be a local printer because you are installing the driver on a particular machine directly. If you're doing this on the server too, it's the same option. It's got to be local. Network means basically you're going to be connecting to a server and you need to pick up a network printer. I would suggest make sure this box is unchecked. Do not leave it checked, leave it, take it off. So go next. Now, you have to create the port. Now, possibly the IP address is already in here, but my particular model is already here. Most likely on this machine, I have it 182.1.168. GTA, that one, that 87, this particular model, which is right here. I click on that, go next. But I'm going to show you real quick. If you do not have the IP created, you do need to create a new port. Say this is the first time you're installing this machine, this print driver on your machine, and then click. You need to use your standard TCP/IP port. Click that. Click next. Now, just for training purposes, I could click next again. I know it's going to give me an error message, but the next step, basically from here, you're going to type in the IP address in here, 192.168.1.87. So leave it the way it is. Do not rename it down here. So just leave it. Just go ahead and click next. Okay, it gives me an error message because the port is already created, but this is for just for training purposes, just to show you what the next step will be. If you, once you click next, it's going to ask you again to continue next. It's going to ask you for the driver. So I'm going to go ahead and use the following port, which I know is 87. I'm going to click next. Okay, this is the window is going to ask you, where is that print driver? Show me the print driver. So I'm going to click on have this. Click on browse. I'm going to locate the print driver. So I'm going to go into the folder where I have that print driver located. Go to my documents, 40 series. I'm looking for my print driver, which I have one right here. For EBX. This is my full script driver. It will say EBX for the new EBX 4th generation machine. Open the folder. Okay, it's going to ask you what particular version of OS you have. I have a 32-bit Windows XP. Double click that. Here's the driver. Highlight that. Click open. Click OK. It gives me the correct driver. Click next. And right here, you can pretty much rename what the copy would be. So this is going to be Toshiba. You can give it a location where the machine is at. Okay. If you want this to be your default printer, you can say yes or no. I do not want it my default, so I'm just going to click next. Do not share this printer. Now, if you are at a server, you do want to share the printer. It's going to give you some additional options. So click on next. Do not do a test page. That's the last thing you want to do. Click on next and finish. Now it's going to install the print driver. This should take about a minute. Shouldn't take too long because it's installing the print driver on your system. Once that's done, be patient. This window will go away. You do not click on finish. So as you can tell by the hourglass, it's still working. It's installing the driver. Give it a couple more seconds here. And we'll put the driver on this drivers and printers location here. Still in the process of installing. Still trying to install. Here we go. It's finished. So here it is, the Toshiba main, the one I just installed. Now, if you do have a color machine and you want to default the driver to black and white, so the users are not constantly printing in color, the next step is you want to go right click on that machine, click on properties. Windows 7 will say printer properties. Right click on that. It's going to give you a window. We need to configure some other options on the print driver. Once you're in here, the first step will be actually just click on device settings. I want to make sure we're connecting to the machine. It's retrieving, there you go. It retrieved all the settings of the copier. It knows exactly what type of paper it has. Next step is go back to the advanced settings. Now, for some reason, if you click on device settings, you do not get the icon. It fails to connect. There was a problem on the installation. Most likely, you need to redo it again. So, click on the advanced settings. Now, to default the copier to black and white, you must be in the advanced settings. Right at the bottom, gives you an option that says Printer's Default. Click on that. It's going to give you another pop-up. Once that's open, right here at the bottom where it says color, the driver by default will be select it to color. So I want to go ahead and select that to black and white. Apply those settings. Click OK. I will also check on your port settings. Configure the port. Toshiba copiers do like to use LPR. The queue name will be print. Make sure you type print in there lowercase and check this box. The SNMP basically means when the copier, there's any changes made on the copier, it will pretty much communicate with the server or the print driver at any location, and it will make those changes automatically. Just click OK. Next step is, first, if you do want to share it, click on share this printer. Click on share. This is also an option if you're at a server listed in the directory. Now, if you need to install, say, a 64-bit driver or an additional driver, this is the option where you find it. Click on additional drivers. Here it is, X64. Click on that. Click OK. Now, it's going to ask you, okay, where is the 64-bit driver? Click on browse. And right here, so I know I have my 64-bit driver for this machine. And in the same folder is my 64-bit. There it is. Click open. Click OK. Installing the 64-bit driver. So that this basically means if you have this print driver at a server, when the user connects to the server and downloads the driver, it will automatically detect the correct driver and install it on the user's PC. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and apply those settings at the bottom here. Now, if you do not need to do this, don't worry about it. Do not set it up. So the next step is basically let the driver just apply those settings. The last step will be you want to go into your general tab, go into print and preferences, just to make sure once the window comes up, you gotta make sure the driver is defaulted. There it is, to black and white. We know we have that. Just click OK. Click OK again. And your print driver has been installed on your PC or server. This is how you install a Toshiba print driver. Go ahead and give it a test run. Once you're done, if you'd like to do a test, just right click on it, go to properties, and click on right here, print a test page, and you should be good to go.